Hello and welcome to Side Character Quest. My name is Ty. I am your host, your GM for this fantasy adventure podcast, this actual play podcast. If you're not familiar with actual play podcasts, man, I'm kind of surprised you found your way over here, but that's okay. All you need to know is we're going to be doing a little of improvising using a game as the improv prompts. And yeah, it's going to be a little fantasy adventure. And who is the we that I'm talking about? I think it's you. Hey, introduce yourself. This is the worst intro I've done in a long time.
No,
okay.
No, that can't be the case. Hey, Ty. Why, it's me. I've been here. Hi, I'm Andrea Sarumi, they, them. We are friends. We have gone on adventures together.
We have indeed. We met at a drop-in Blades in the Dark campaign, and then we have played some other stuff. What is some other stuff we've played?
We have played in our brilliant friend Ted's Monster of the Week campaign.
Oh, that's great.
You and I have done some more than one-shot, surely. We've played the Murderous Ghost. We've played the
Swords and Sorcery.
Mm-hmm. You're in my Brindlewood campaign, which is fucking great. Yeah, is there anything else?
Oh, we did you said Murderous Ghost already. Yeah, that's it. I think that's pretty much everything. I don't think we're forgetting anything.
I feel like I talk to you a lot, though, because we're both on this Discord for DMs.
Yes.
And we spend a lot of time, like, swapping tips and things like that. So that, you know.
Yeah, tips and tricks. But anyway, today we are going to be playing a Forge in the Dark game, a custom game that I made for this show. You guys, we'll explain the rules if and when they become relevant. But if you've been listening to the last few arcs of SCQ, then you have heard this game in action already. This is also kind of a playtest scenario. So we've been making some slight changes, tweaks here and there. So, you know, if you hear anything that seems a little inconsistent, that's probably why. Like right now, we're going to be trying out giving people more level 1 harms that they can take early on. That's one change that's going to happen, because I like hurting people.
I was going to say, like, Ty, are we sure that it's even necessary? I'm pretty sure I'm just going on a nature walk.
Yeah, just a nature walk.
And nothing will happen, right?
Nothing bad will ever happen. Yeah.
No, I won't change or be challenged at all.
Mm-hmm. So at some point, we are going to fade out of these intros and into the actual intro for the game.
Sure.
So music is fading out, and then we're going to be fading back in, and there's going to be this little scripted bit, and then we're going to go into the actual game.
Spirits lost, just beyond our grasp, forgotten be your names. Your will do show, your aspects grow in eye, in hand, and story. Give us each night supper of life and justice and divine vision, as we seek justice and do blaze a path forward, and do bleed out a hollow. And lead us not to the profane, but deliver us from mortals. For yours is the journey, the power, and the glory, forever and ever, without end.
The Brothers Mountain Range. Now we are out of the scripted bit, Andrea, and we are getting into the game proper, the part where you can interrupt me if you want at any point. But we are into the Brothers Mountain Range. This is a mountain range, the second largest in the known world. If people say the mountains, they're talking about the mountains in the north. No one really just offhandedly is talking about the Brothers. The Brothers is a forgotten place. It's a place that is just allowed to kind of live on its own, do its own thing. People go there because they want to explore places that people don't care about, or because they want to get away from some past life, or because I don't know why people do these things, but it is still a place that you can build a life. It is a place that you can have a quiet experience, a place where if you enjoy walking through forested trails, hearing birds call, and seeing deer dance through the woods, that is a great place to call your home. And I believe your character, the character you're playing, Rumor Pinefrill, I believe that he lives in the foothills, wallward to the west of the Brothers Mountain Range. Is that correct?
Yeah. He lives properly with his husband Gray on Gray's goat farm, which is, I think, like half a day's journey from wherever he starts his route.
Mm-hmm.
So when he ends his route, he can then go home.
Mm-hmm.
But he spends most of his time on the route, and then there's time on, time off, so to speak. We worked out a whole life-work balance schedule. It's very important for me to know this beforehand. It'll never come up. But it's okay, so does he get holidays? How does this work? But yeah, in the foothills.
So you say a route. What do we see? Let's envision real quick an average day for Rumor.
Mm-hmm.
You're walking along one of the more well-trodden, that's the word I wanted, paths that are cutting through the Three Brothers Mountain Range. And it is a pretty isolated area. It's pretty lonely. These paths are barely wide enough, barely broad enough for wagons or for horses. They're not really a comfortable or cozy way to get about. What would we see? What would someone see if they came across you right now?
Question: does it matter what time of day it is?
Nope, not at all. I'm probably going to hop away from this scene and have an undetermined amount of time pass before the next scene. Maybe it's hours, maybe it's days, maybe it's weeks. Who knows? This is just sort of giving everybody at home an idea of what a normal day for you looks like.
Awesome. Well, then I would like to make the case for it actually being nighttime or just early evening.
Okay.
Yeah. It is probably just after the sun has finally set behind the horizon.
Mm-hmm.
So the trees have been in that kind of lovely blue-green twilight
Mm-hmm.
light beforehand for a while, and now it's married to the rest of the night that is descending over everything
Mm-hmm.
after the sun has finally sunk. So Rumor is a courier. He is an unofficial courier. I mean, it depends who's asking, right?
There's not a United States Postal Service in this world.
No.
And you're also not in a major city. You're in a place that has small towns, homesteads and stuff, but nothing big. If listeners remember Blues Quest and the town of Brotherly, that place would be damn near metropolitan in this region.
Yeah, 100%. It is a land of interconnected but also disparate homesteads and small towns and footholds in the mountains, so to speak. So there is a great need for couriering, for moving goods and services around that area and connecting them. But for ages, it sounds like Congress Monastery has stepped into that breach and provided their wonderful lumineers to do the slow route, as he would probably think.
Yeah.
The lazy wagon trail up and down the well-trodden paths. Whereas Rumor is what I would like to call one of the scribble folk.
Ooh,
If
scribble
it's okay
folk.
to invent a name.
I like that.
Yeah. They're not, if anyone was asking, we're errand boys, we're traveling grannies, we got goods to move from farm to farm. I've got a message for your daughter it's all informal. It's all not very serious. Nothing to see here. It's actually very serious.
Yeah.
They all take themselves very, very seriously. There's a whole code about how to keep things secret, and it's faster, scrappier.
Gotcha. So whereas we have the trail that you find yourself on right now is like a major trail that has like the wagons and everything, and that might take, a week to get from town A to town B, but you guys do these routes that are like quicker, tighter, more direct, but also like maybe more difficult and not something that you can bring like a whole wagon through. It's something that you can carry what you have on your person, and that's it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the pianoforte's got to wait for the mule or for the goat if they're around. So what you would see on like a typical evening scene would just be this. I think the bold folk tend to be kind of squat or short.
There's some variety. There's some variety in the bold folk. So bold folk includes what a D&D player would think of as dragonborn, lizard folk, or kobolds. So you could be, if you want to be more of that short squat, like envision more of the kobold variety. But yeah, you could definitely be a shorter folk if you'd like.
Okay. I think he's tall for a bold folk, but short for a folk. He's bold folk are not. You've told me that bold folk are not super common in the Brothers Mountain Range, but his family, the Pine Frills, one of the many Frills, moved out here. Probably with the same spirit of people who move out here do, like, I want to get away from the Salton Sea. I want to get away from everything. I want to come out here. They moved out here like a few generations ago. So they've been around. They've been known.
Gotcha.
Rumor is quickly leaving the range of middle age towards the horizon from which we do not return. Frilled lizard, basically. He's tan and yellow and brown speckled. His frill is usually like deflated and just kind of like draped over his collarbones. There's a little bit of like a starburst of like ginger gold at the bottom of it that you almost never see.
Cool.
His clothes almost look like they're part of his skin because they match the coloring. It's like very, very old, well-worn, well-washed, like canvas, denim, leather, that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
And he's carrying a pack that's almost as big as he is. It's been rubbed with beeswax and like petroleum jelly to make it like a little bit waterproof. There's pockets everywhere. He's also got pockets everywhere. It's kind of like a cargo pants situation.
Yeah.
Utility belt situation. There's pockets and pockets and pockets. He's got kind of like a tiny tin lantern clipped to his shoulder. I guess it's the kind that has like a door that opens out. And so there's preventing a little bit of light for him to kind of just walk down this path.
Can I ask, what is the thing you're delivering today that deserves this overnight haul? That what is the message you are carrying, or if it's a secret message, who are you taking it to? Or maybe it's not a message, maybe it's a package.
I think it's several packages.
Okay.
So I have several stops to make along the way. The thing that makes this a little bit more of a rush is that the person who lives like the furthest from my point, like the person who like is the most remote on my route, almost never gets mail and almost never gets something, but they just have something suddenly. So
can I make a proposal of what the thing is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've had this image in my head, and I realized that it doesn't really make sense for this image to be used in the main body of this quest, and I was very disappointed by that. So I feel like there's an opportunity. Could you be delivering to this person? They've purchased a Duckstone Hound, and so you were delivering like a puppy and like a baby Bjorn with its like big paws like flopping around as you walk.
Oh my god. Could I hang out with a dog in fiction as in real life? Ty, yes. I mean, this is now the adventure, I'm sure. Oh, absolutely. This is not the first time that Rumor has transported something living.
Interesting. Cool.
Definitely, like, he's, like, chicks get transported, kind of even with the U.S. mail kind of situation. See,
like chickens.
There was one time... Oh, chicken. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, it's not like some weird 20th century, like, shore leave thing. There was one memorable time where somebody had like a bona fide flug egg that he had to transport back to like the main point to then move it on to Brotherly to get it analyzed or something. He's never moved freaking faster in his entire freaking life. Just like, I don't know how long these things take to hatch, if this is real, but like, let's, pick up the pace. Yeah, exactly. So he's ambling down, not ambling, I guess he's like power walking down this path, tail kind of swishing behind him. He's got 3 ceramic bead bracelets, like kind of rattling on his thin wrist.
Ooh.
He's got a copper wedding ring, and there is just moths dive bombing this lantern because it is late at night. And he's talking to himself because you spent a lot of time on the trail. You gotta talk. It's not like a trucker long-term radio. Like, you gotta talk to yourself. So what he's doing is he is rehearsing ghost stories.
Oh.
In my head, I think that the Scribble folk, like when they meet back up, they kind of like challenge each other, like who can come up with the best story. And so he's like trying to get it good.
Yeah.
So he's walking along, doesn't even like, he knows exactly where he is without even trying to like look around. His feet almost like know the path as he's going. Just be like, okay, so the blue man's eyes opened slowly, moonlight shining across the retina. No, we gotta, all right. What if the blue man, like, so he's embroidering the legend of the mysterious blue man of the mountains. The cryptid that he's personally very obsessed with.
Yeah.
And then every once in a while, like a very large moth will just kind of flutter in and just land on his lapel, and his tongue will shoot out, grab it, and just crunch it, eat it, and swallow.
Can I ask you, speaking of this blue man, so would you have been, like, every time you go somewhere, would you be constantly trying to find information about this thing?
So he is, I think, a curious person. He's definitely interested, gossipy and, just generally curious about things. But his mind is kind of like his root. He's got it. We've established like he's got kind of a mind palace. Like he embroiders and like saves quite a lot of information there. But he doesn't deviate from it very much.
Yeah.
So if stories or suppositions happened to cross his path, then yeah, he would absolutely be like, oh, well, you know about the blue man? Like, tell me about it. How did it go down? How many people did he kill? Did he eat anybody this time? But he's not going to go out of his way to kind of like Bigfoot hunt, basically. I'm
going to roll a fortune roll real quick to get a sense for how this like if you've heard anything recently about this figure of folklore. Can I ask you, what is your study?
1.
Okay. I'm going to consider some factors, and I'm going to do a little secret fortune roll and see what sort of stuff you've heard. Yeah, you have heard recently that there was a blue man that you heard that he was wandering in the Younger Mountain, the younger of the brothers, which is to the south. So just so you know, the way that the mountains are sort of situated, you've got the younger brother is the one in the south, middle brother is the one in the middle, and the elder brother is the brother at the top in the north. But you heard on the Heartward side of the mountains, there was a sighting of the blue man, and that he had been waving around a bow. But anyway, that's just like a little thing added to your story. You don't have to incorporate it into your story, but it is a thing you have heard.
Oh, Ty, please. Of course I'm going to incorporate it into the story. That's amazing. I mean, the fact that confirmation that he uses tools is incredible, right? Because I've always had... Rumor's always had this idea that, like, he's got something to do with music and syncopation, maybe. There's, like, the rattling of the blue man when he comes, kind of like a drumming that you hear before you see him. So if he can use a bow, then presumably the creature can also use any number of other things.
Excellent. All right, so I think that from here we have a pretty good idea of, like, what your normal day-to-day would be like. So Is there anything else you would like to do before we skip ahead? If not, I will probably be fading out of that scene and then fading into
Quick,
the next bit.
completely frivolous question.
Yeah.
Do the Duskstone hounds, do they name their hounds, or are they like numbered?
So when Syrah sends them off, he has like a code name or a number or something like that. Whatever it is, I don't know if it's a number or if it's a name, but it is very impersonal. It's very much, this is a product. When it arrives at its destination, it will probably be given a name because, you know, the people taking upon these dogs are not going to treat them with the disregard that Syrah Duskstone does, you know?
Right. I figured. Okay, cool. Yes, well...
So this was not given to you with a name.
Right. This was like, you know, XK2 or something similar like that.
Exactly.
Well, Rumor has absolutely already named it. It's Peppercorn, and it is the best adorable listener that he's had in a long time.
Let me just add Peppercorn to the character, to the NPC list that I have.
Nothing can happen to Peppercorn. Anyway. Note to self. Die for Peppercorn.
So it has been a while since your delivery of Peppercorn. They were able to arrive at their home safe and sound thanks to your speedy delivery. And perhaps even you've been back to that homestead a few times since then, like once or twice, and have seen that dog rapidly growing. They are becoming a very big hound, living up to the reputation of the Duskstone hounds. But now, where you find yourself, it has been a rough trip for you along this route, because there has been a winter has swung through the region.
Oh, God.
There has been a cold snap. There is ice on the stone as you are going around. There is snow and slush mixed in with the gravel. It is cold. It is chilly. It is unpleasant lately. And fortunately, you are on your way to the inn run by a good friend of yours. The name I have in my mind is Brunt. Are you cool with that name, or would you like to propose something as an alternative?
Brunt sounds great.
All right, Brunt. You are on your way to see your good friend Brunt and take a rest at their inn. This is sort of positioned at not like the end of a route, but like an area where there's not a lot else nearby. There's not a lot of other options. I mean, everything's isolated in the Brothers. Like everything is isolated. So I guess it's kind of silly for me to say that there's not a lot else. There's not like a Holiday Inn anywhere nearby for you. But as you are cresting a hill, actually, I'm curious how the inn finds you when you arrive. I'd like you to roll me a maneuver just to give a sense of how well you have been navigating these areas. And feel free to tell me a little bit about, how you might have been approaching this.
Well, the dice tell a story, and I have a 1 and a 3.
Ooh.
But that totally fits with what I imagine this cold-blooded lizard has been experiencing during a cold snap. Oh, love it. Yeah, I think this has added like an extra 25% to the route at least, just because a lot of the places that he used to cross would be, things he'd be wading through or fording rivers, and that would just kill him. So he can't float his pack down the stream. He can't, he has to, if he gets too cold, he'll start shutting down. So he has to climb trees to kind of get enough like sun to bask in to kind of warm himself up, and then he has to go back down and do it. So that takes time. So by the time he like rolls in to whatever Brunt's tavern's name is, it's like the saddest muddy snowball with 2 legs, just kind of stumping in, tail dragging, meltwater trail following him, doing that like one leg at a time, like
take a
stiff-legged walk.
Take a level 1 harm, chill to the bone.
Absolutely. He can't feel parts of his face and his frill, and his fingers. He's very happy that he had like fire starting equipment with him. But he comes in, just makes straight for the fire if there is a fire going.
Okay. Well, as you approach the front door of this place, reach for the handle. You notice. Actually, you didn't really notice anything much at all as you approach because you're just so focused on like this cold, right? But as you grab the handle, there's a glow and a sort of a warm feeling on this handle, and then a little burst of this sort of magical fire swoops out away from the handle. It does this little flourish and then forms some words on the door. Brunt is out. He'll be back soon. Friends, help yourself to the food in the counter jars. Ease yourself by the fireplace and cozy up in a bed. I'll be back soon. Strangers, consider yourself a friend. Everyone, don't touch any bottles. And that is all it says. It bursts away. It's a long message that is written on this door. It could have been written with like, on like a piece of paper or something, but like this is fucking just like this guy making a flashy arcane, no particular reason. This is Brunt through and through.
Brunt, you flashy bastard. Like, absolutely waited to the end of the message, like waiting to the end of the voicemail to like find out what's going on and what the problem is. You're like, oh, you said goodbye twice? Okay.
Yep.
Oh, all right, Brunt. Don't really have time for this. Got it. High door. Just kind of like walks in and just it's like I'm unclear whether or not rumors unclear whether or not the door is sentient or not, but like just kind of like pats it as he goes by, be like, hey door, thanks for the message. Here we go. Fire.
Yeah, as you step in, this is a large open space. There is one room that's kind of closed off in a corner, made of like just thin walls. You know that to be Brunt's private space that's normally just locked. There is a fireplace in the very center of the room. There are beds all across one side of one of the walls. One of those beds is occupied as you walk in, and then over on the left side, next to that office I mentioned earlier, there's a long counter with food and all kinds of food in jars and stuff like that. Brunt prides himself on being good at providing a home-cooked meal for people traveling through the Brothers. So yeah, you rock up to the fireplace and
I rock up to the fireplace. I warm my extremities on it, just kind of stare into the flames, kind of like I'm trying to warm like the irises in my eyes as much as I can. I would have noticed that there's somebody in the bed, but that's not unusual. Brunt has people come by, and if it's, wintry, that makes sense. I think he would, the minute he feels like his webbing is like warmed up again, he's gonna like stretch a bit, shrug off the pack, kind of like take it back to the threshold and like knock some of the meltwater off of it so it doesn't make a puddle in the middle of the floor. Then haul it back, claim a bed, unpack the thing so it can dry, and then just kind of stagger over to the bar and like try to find like a hot drink or some sort of like meal in a bowl. Doesn't even matter what it is as long as it's warm.
Gotcha. Yeah, you walk over to this counter. There's, where everything is at this point. I assume you visit Brunt probably fairly frequently. I would assume like anytime you're in this area, why would you not? How did you know Brunt? Did you guys knew each other before you settled down in this area, or no?
I've always thought of, so I think Brunt is a retired adventurer. Like he's somebody who's traveled far and wide within the circular world, and Rumor is not. Like, Rumor it's traveled very well in, like, this area. But, so Brent's more the arrival. I think, Brunt's more the arrival. I think Brunt did that out-of-towner thing where, like, they moved in, wanted to, establish a tavern for, their retirement dreams, immediately chose, like, the most piss-poor piece of land you could possibly have. And, like, all the locals watching this, like, newcomer do it and be like, oh, man, who's gonna tell them?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's the snakes mating zone. You got, all right, cool. Rumor, you're on it. So, like, just kind of, like, gently breaking the news to Brunt that they had just bought, like, the worst piece of land in that one area.
No one likes to live near the Searchers.
Nope.
As you're, like, looking around the room, you're seeing, like, all of the marks of Brunt's adventures, like, hanging on all of the walls are all of these different treasures in quotes, right? Like, it's basically like bric-a-brac, various adventuring gear type of thing that's being held up with it's being held up on the walls around the Pine and Brine as if it's like with the honor of a magic sword, right? But instead it's just like a coil of rope that he, used while he was on a ship once, that sort of thing, and that's stuff all around this room, this big open space.
Oh, I love that.
As you're making, were you making yourself a drink? What were you making? I forget.
It's like a buffet style moment of just, like, grabbing the drink at the same time the other hand is reaching for a bowl,
Gotcha.
some sort of, like, porridge or, congee type situation.
As you're doing that, the person at the bed that was sleeping, she seems to get up. You see an older woman, ancient. Imagine like I don't know how you would imagine this person. Definitely taller than you, but that's not really saying a whole lot. And she's kind of crunched up over herself, but has a little bit of a strength to her, like slow and steady kind of vibe. And she makes her way over to you and she's like,
Hey, how are you doing? Hey, could you just go ahead and make me, something while you're over there, please?
Do I know this person?
Actually, you know what? I assumed you did. But let me roll a quick
Okay.
fortune just to kind of say, because, who knows? You've lived in this area for a while, so I feel like the odds are good. So I'm going to give you 2 dice.
Cool.
6. 6 is the highest that you can get. You know this person. You have a pretty good relationship with her. Her name is Baba of the Middle Wallward Side.
Baba of the Middle Wallward Side. Okay, cool. Well, we know how to respect a Baba in these lands. Yeah, Baba is a name with some respect on it. We're gonna be like, oh, hey, Baba. Yeah, absolutely. What, kanji okay? You cool with that?
I'd love anything. I mean, it's the,
And she starts pulling out of her pockets. She just starts grabbing like mushrooms and herbs and stuff that she's clearly collected along her walk. She's like,
just throw it all in there.
Oh.
Yeah.
and she just starts like grabbing the bowl that you had prepared for yourself and is like tossing all of her additions in as if you guys are both going to be having that. You don't know what this stuff is. Like, it could be anything, but you do know her to be a very friendly scavenger.
Yeah, I mean, she's the pockets on pockets.
Yeah, pockets on pockets.
Just when you think that there's the last mushroom has surfaced, there's always an extra one. I immediately surrender my bowl to her, just kind of scooch that over and then get a fresh bowl for myself. I'm along the way and just kind of start like, you know, shooting the shit. Be like, wow, Baba, what brings you here in the middle? You get caught in the middle of the storm too?
Yeah, it just kind of came out of nowhere, you know. But I was just on my way to see my youngins down or up on the other side. But it just came out of nowhere, and I thought I would just buckle down for a little while. You know, Brunt's good people, so I just figured I'd buckle down here. Yeah.
Yeah, that was smart. I mean, who knows how long this thing's gonna last?
It's
right?
been a few days at this point, and I mean, you know, you never know.
Yeah. They found that fellow up by the crag that one winter.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it was such a weird thing. Just like nothing but sun for days, not even a drop of rain, and suddenly like a flash blizzard in the middle of it, and then, said he was still standing. Dead as a stone, but still standing.
That's
just frozen.
wild.
I know.
Wow.
Anyway,
She is just her face is just getting dazed as you're saying this. Like she's not like she's stopped paying attention, but like she's paying so much attention and like she is seeing it in her mind's eye.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you're just passing through then? Are you just here to just warm up a little bit and then make your way?
Oh man. I'm close to the end of my route. I might be calling it here a little earlier though. I mean, I almost got trapped there's like a few pitfalls back there. It's harder for me, like if I get stuck, it's going to be twice as hard to get out if I lose all my energy. So I don't know. If this thing doesn't lift for like another few days, then I think I am just going to call it. I don't have anything that's going to, perish along the way. Maybe I can meet up with another one of the scribble folk and kind of one of them will definitely be by, I'm sure.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then maybe we can compare notes. And,
I heard that Brunt was actually going out looking for one of you guys, I think.
Oh, wait. No, where is Brunt?
Oh,
did you see them?
Yeah. They were over here just yesterday, I think. Yesterday. They were here yesterday, and they were just going off to look for Justice. Do you know Justice?
You do know Justice.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Justice is in game terms, your rival. Justice of the Middle Heartward Hills.
Justice of the Middle Heartward. Acquire the fucking Middle Heartward side, not this Middle Wall side, because the Heartward side is nicer than the Wall side. What the fuck happened to Justice? Did Justice get stuck somewhere?
I couldn't tell you. All I just know is that Brunt just thought that they were in trouble or something, and so they just they went to go deal with Justice, and then they haven't popped back. I don't know what to tell you.
Huh.
Yeah.
I think at this point,
weird.
I'm going to tell you something, Andrea, which is that I think it's about time that you hear what your plot hook is for this quest.
Yay!
And that plot
Danger!
hook is all it is. This is all it is. Go say hi to Brunt. Find Brunt and say hi. Make sure they're doing okay.
Yeah. I love Brunt.
Yeah.
Brunt's my guy. That's my good person.
And let's hop back in. I just wanted to step out for a moment, make it clear that that's what's going on right now.
Oh, you mean I shouldn't just post up for the next 5 days in this cozy inn?
I mean, you can. I mean, hey, Brunt might show up. Who knows?
Well, okay, so I was gonna ask, so Justice is also a scribble folk person, right?
Justice is not a scribble folk. Justice is a more so there was a time in these mountains, in the Brothers, where there were two types of people, two types of journeymen, and two types of delivery folk, right? There were the people that were traveling through the mountains, providing mail or whatever along those big, wide wagon routes. That used to be entirely handled by Congress Monastery, right?
Yeah.
And those guys are the people that are bringing food from out of town, that are bringing artisanal goods, that are currying around people. Like, let's say that Miss Baba here needed some help getting a long distance. She might hitch a ride with one of these couriers. And then the scribble folk are the people that are getting those more direct routes, smaller objects that need to be delivered more speedily, right? Justice is of a sort of third group that's not associated with Congress Monastery, because Congress Monastery also hasn't been active here in a long time, but is moving around like a wagon, is going on those bigger trails. Yeah, does that answer your question? I feel like I rambled a little bit about some behind the
It does
scenes.
answer my question. Is it, and so Justice would also be delivering stuff or just moving goods and people between?
Delivering stuff. Some people that have this role would also be doing things like maybe doing midwifery, maybe doing some like educational things, carpentry, any sort of like journeyman activity type of thing. You know what? Well, I'll say Justice is a carpenter. So like in addition to delivery, sometimes people will like have him stick around for a little bit to help with like specialized carpentry jobs type of thing.
In my head, he's so good at his job that you can immediately tell when it's like a Justice job or not, which is why like Rumor just finds himself getting mad at chairs.
Yeah. Oh, and there's
just be like, it's fucking Justice chair.
Everything in this building, in the Pine and Brine, that is nice, such as like there's a pine sign outside of the building that's just like ocean waves carved in pine, and that is carved so beautifully, and that sign was done by Justice. Everything that looks good in this building was done by Justice. Brunt and Justice are good pals.
Yeah.
So it is not surprising that Brunt would have gone to look for Justice.
Yeah. It's, I suppose, surprising that Brunt would feel like they had the need to do that. Because Justice is a capable person. Their family goes back, or Justice's family. Justice's gender, we don't know? Question?
He, him.
He, him. So his family goes like way back. Like he's got connections everywhere. He's got a wagon, for God's sake. So like,
Yeah, he's got a wagon.
Usually, I mean,
As you're thinking about that, you
that's-
do remember seeing his wagon like just parked outside. You kind of like when you were entering the building, your brain was zoned in because you were so chilled. But now that you're thinking about it, you're like, oh yeah, I did see that covered in snow off to the side.
Justice's wagon is here.
Justice's wagon's here. Yeah.
So Justice's wagon is here, but Justice is not, and he's
Correct.
off enough that Brent. What the hell is that
Yeah.
talented wall licker up to these days?
Wall
Why was he out in the freaking snow?
Yeah, I don't know. He wasn't here when I got around. I understand that why Brunt would be worried. I mean, it's all this snow everywhere. I don't want to be out there.
No, yeah. Baba, how's your daughter doing? Is she and the baby okay?
Oh, she's doing really, really nice.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
glad. I'm so glad you asked. You know, if you any of your kids ever need a little introduction, I'm just saying.
That is sweet of you. Didn't you know they're off to the city to make their way? It's been gone like a year now. Just miss them to bits.
That's sad.
Yep.
You're gonna lose them. You're gonna get a taste of that Cirque life. You know.
Yeah, but you know.
Oh God, they're not in Mount
Rena.
Rena, are they? They're Cirque, right?
They're in Cirque. Yeah.
Okay.
So what's wrong with Mount Rena?
I mean, it's just so far north.
Oh. honestly, Baba, between you and me, I wish they were in Mount Rena. I mean, they know from mountains, and mountains
I
is in their
guess.
blood, and it would make sense. But Cirque is it's just too busy. The idea of it makes my head hurt. But Bree and Egon, their whole thing is the music, and Borealis wants to learn the healing magic, and not much is happening here. So
I guess that's the way to do it.
yeah, but it just leaves me and Gray on our own, which is a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, you gotta find. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm glad your daughter's doing good.
Oh, thank you.
And congratulations again on the grandkid number 12, is it?
Who can count? Who can count, really?
Wow. Who can genuinely asking who can?
Yeah. Oh, that is 100% like she's like, I have no clue.
No idea. Wild. Okay. So Rumor is listening to this and kind of just like shooting the shit with her as he eats his food and just kind of warms up from the outside in. But the more that he's hearing about how Brunt left and the weirdness about Justice, he then starts kind of like lizard scampers over the bar. It's totally elegant for a lizard, but it looks super strange to anybody else. Like it's like their legs are all splayed. Doesn't touch the bottles, knows the whole deal. But it's just kind of checking to make sure that there's enough food for Baba if she stays here for like a little while, that she's all good. We're like, oh yeah, there's plenty of stuff here. She'll be hopefully fine if she stays put for a little while without me. Hopefully.
What are you trying to learn at this moment? And the answer might be different for you versus for Rumor. What is so Rumor? I know what Rumor wants to learn.
Right.
What is there anything extra that you would like to know in this moment?
Yep. So Rumor's focus is just, is Baba going to be okay? Is there enough food around, etc.? My question is, are there any clues towards whether Brunt left in a hurry or, is there something unusual about the spread?
Yeah.
Right.
Roll me a study real quick.
Would love to.
So what this is going to determine, this is controlled. Like nothing like really dangerous or risky is going to happen here. Mm-hmm. What this is going to determine, you're going to get some clues. The question is, how directed are these clues, and are they going to create any new issues for you? What's your roll?
Fair. That's a 2, and I have a follow-up question.
Yes.
Am I still chilled to the bone?
You are still chilled to the bone. Yes. I will say that when we get into the, you know what? I will say that we are properly into the gather information phase for this quest.
Okay.
And if you want to take some time to, specifically warm yourself up, wait overnight, to remove that, you will be more than welcome to. But that will be something that you will have to explicitly take the time for.
Unless, me, in my heart of hearts, Andrea is like, oh God, there's something going on, I gotta get out there. But Rumor is like fucking 52. He's not he's not a spry chicken. Like, if that's how you get yourself killed, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's how you get yourself like in mudslide. So he would probably take, unless you see something like blood trail or, avenge me, like carved into something, like he's gonna take the time to kind of properly prepare to go back out. Because the last thing Brent needs is like a frozen lizard popsicle just like rolling down the hill to him, right? So
Totally.
to them. So yeah.
So when you pop over this thing and are looking around, you notice, this is what I'm going to tell you. And so you got a 2, you said, is your highest?
A beautiful 2. Yeah.
That's a failure. So what I think it is not interesting if you don't learn some information. What I'm going to tell you, Andrea, is that these things that you see there, everything is kind of like knocked loose, moved around. It is clear that someone not Brunt was looking around, scuffling up this area, trying to find something. That is very clear to you, Andrea. Rumor just looks at this and in the moment just thinks, yeah, this is just like, it's just kind of messy. And it will not click to you that this is a sign that something happened here until after you have had like a good night's rest.
That's fair. Is Brunt's room locked?
So Brunt's room, you walk over there and you walk over there and there is a lock on this door. That lock is always, like, you've always found it to be locked before. It is just open right now.
What?
Yeah. I will say, as an extension of what I just said a moment ago, where you failed that roll, that does not mean that you have to stop investigating, but that does mean that in fiction, Rumor is not going to think there was any foul play unless he comes across something that is like a smoking gun. Very, very clear something has gone wrong.
I love this.
Which is to say, you get to this door, it's very unusual that Brunt would forget to leave this door unlocked. It's not impossible, but it is really weird that this door is open, and his little office bedroom space is just, the door kind of creaks open as you investigate the lock.
I'd probably notice that because being a bit of a smartass, I would have taken a piece of paper out of my pack and like tried to match the loopy script from his magic message and just be like, "Prithee, Brunt, I have been here." Oh, door's open. Just like leaning against the door, kind of, and it just like turns in.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, oops. I would then close the door.
as you close the door, you notice that there's it's just kind of stuff strewn about in here, but otherwise not really touched or anything.
So what I would propose would be that he'd be the thing about Justice and the wagon and Brunt being concerned, like the wheels are turning in a weird way, but his brain is half frozen and his joints are killing him, and Baba is here, and running into a situation half-cocked is just not going to help anyone, and all his stuff is wet. So at the very least, everything has to dry before he can next go out.
Yeah.
So what he would be doing with this night, I think, is like spend a fair amount of time, like way past the point where it would be safe to go back out, taking stuff out of his pack, his clothes, drying it. I think it's very likely that he'd notice that like some of his like stuff is just completely fucked, like just waterlogged, or if he's going to go back out, he needs to resupply.
Yeah.
Okay, so the asshole in me is kind of like, okay, let's see if Brunt has any clean socks.
Oh,
just
yeah.
like to go back in, just be like, all right, let's see if the guy has any, like absolutely going back in.
Yeah.
Obviously me, the player, is curious, but also like he would do that.
Yeah.
He would absolutely just like wander back in. But it is also like he's waited long enough that like going back out would be really dumb and really dangerous at this point. So
yeah, you go back into that room. You open the door. There is stuff just like scattered around this room. There's like a bed over in the side, a nice bed, nice Justice-made bed, and
damn it.
Yeah, and there's a desk sort of space with some various tools on it, and there's a chest, and that chest has been knocked open, and there's just stuff spilled out from it. Some of the things are like, looks like maybe more kind of real adventuring stuff, like stuff that's a little bit nicer than what's on or maybe a little bit more dangerous than what's on the walls. But then there's also clothes and things like that. Like some warm woolly socks. That's some woolly sock. That's a woolly sock.
I hear the Chekhov's woolly sock calling me, and would absolutely be going over to it. But would any of the stuff that be on the ground be like books or weapons or pieces of art?
I would say all three.
Okay.
There's a scattering of different things. What you kind of get from what has been scattered here is that they vary in they're all things that you've probably seen before, like the sort of stuff that it's not like Brunt would have been secret about these things, right? They are things that he will take out and he'll use them as a flourish in a story.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, 100%.
That sort of showy things. Nothing that you see here appears to be like a secret device or a secret dark lich ward or something.
I think like there's no ruby with, like a skull with a ruby in the center of it glowing on the floor or something like that. That's fine. I suppose that like even seeing that might not, ring any bells for him, but there's just something about seeing somebody's toothbrush on the floor.
Yeah.
Or like seeing something that clearly does not belong on the floor, that clearly, I don't know what Brunt's level of cleanliness normally is, but if they're usually pretty flashy, to see like a sword, like a cherished sword, or like a keepsake that, they were given by somebody who has long since passed, like on the fucking floor.
Yeah.
Next to these beautiful woolly socks. Like that would seem odd. That would definitely seem weird. I think Rumor, being a simple person, would just be like, oh, must have packed in a hurry. But then kind of like looking around might be more like, is something wrong? Something wrong. And I don't know what the light situation in this room is, but probably would move to like light a candle or like get some more.
There's various what's the word I want? Various lanterns hanging up in different corners of the building. Most of the light, obviously, in the center room is coming from, and the big open room is coming from the fireplace, right? But there's a couple of lamps at various points strategically placed around this place, and you can probably reach over and probably when you first entered here, you probably reached over and opened a lantern, or maybe carried a lantern with you into the room or something. There's light, is all I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would bring more light in just to kind of light up the room a little bit and just be like, it's probably, when you walk past a house outside and you smell gas.
Yeah.
And you kind of go back and you're kind of I really hope that was nothing because I don't want to have to call the fire department right now. Kind of doing that double take of he's just seeing the guest bed in his mind, how soft and warm it's going to be. But it's I'll just look another time. Maybe I'll look one more time. I'm sure it's nothing, So if he put more light in this area and started looking at the room as a whole, what would he see?
Roll me a study. I think this is, again, a very controlled situation. You're not you're going to stumble upon anything that's going to kill you. What'd you roll?
2.
This is what I'll say. You end up getting fucking really, really focused on this, on trying, comparing things. You start noticing that there's things that are that were moved from the wall in the main room and put into this chest. At some point, you notice that there's this one thing that's missing, and then it turns out actually that one thing that's missing, he just it had just rolled under the bed or whatever, and you just end up spending the next hour, I don't know, some ridiculous amount of time into the night. He's trying to figure out what happened here, and at the end of it,
right,
you cannot figure out what happened or if anything happened.
Yeah.
And you were just exhausted, and at this point you are, if you are going to continue, then you're going to end up in a bad way sleep-wise. You really need to go to bed at this point.
Yeah, I did the mistake that I have made personally in escape rooms, which is touching everything and then like putting it off so you can't tell what was off to begin with. So
yeah.
You know, by the time like rumor's done, just being like, oh Christ, was it me or not? You know, Knox, was it me or was it Brunt here? Yeah, just absolutely like dead on his feet. He's just gonna like, I'll deal with it in the morning. Just like goes out, closes the door, says goodnight to Baba, and just like passes the fuck out in the bed.
Morning comes. You wake up in a bed a few down away from Baba. There are the embers of the fire are in the fireplace. It went through most of the night. You guys loaded up with enough firewood to keep it going. And yeah, you were nice and toasty through the night. I trying to decide whether to just give you that you have recovered your chilled from the bone. I think so. I mean, you had a nice cozy inn. You didn't go out into the night. You just stayed where you were. So we'll give you that. You can erase that as a thing.
Thank you kindly.
So you wake up, you look over and you know, see that Baba has already gotten up. She is over at the counter eating some let's say she's made some grits. She poured it out of a jar, boiled some over a pot over in the fireplace. So she probably rebuilt the fire and is prepping some stuff. Waves you over when she spots you.
Hey, Mama. Oh, hi. How'd you sleep last night? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I don't know about you, but I just every time the last 2 nights I've been sleeping here, I just hear all these noises banging around into the evening.
She went to bed before you.
Yeah, it's just so much. I don't know there's something like there's a haunting and a haunt in this building. I know it. I know it.
Wait. Well, yeah, of course there's a haunting in this building. This is adventurer's house, right? Also, Brunt probably bought the like most hauntingest haunt shack in the side of the wall, right? So
Uh-huh.
there's at least
Probably.
like we think, or at least they think, there's at least like 4, maybe 5 ghosts that could be here at any given point, but they're usually pretty quiet. Like, what kind of knocking and... Oh, sorry, that might have been me. I was looking around Brent's room for some socks. Was that...
Oh, I mean, no, it couldn't happen you because I heard the same things last night.
Oh, while I was asleep.
No, I sorry. I heard the same sounds while like that. I heard the same sounds this past night that I heard the night before you got here after Brent left.
Oh. This entire conversation, I'm just like shoveling grits and honey into my mouth. So just imagine the mouthful, kind of like terrible Foley, like at the same time.
She gives you a weird look for putting honey on your grits, but she also does not judge it or
From
does
the
not say
tri-state
anything about it.
Area. I don't think I've ever had grits. Yeah. That seems like a thing to do if you're a lizard. We won't question it.
Yeah. She just accepts it.
Yeah, with their freaking mushrooms and like witches brewers, like
Yeah.
absolutely. Look, it's a starch. We're gonna embellish a starch. This is how we do. So yeah, just shoveling like grits and honey, and like I think at this point, like the sleepiness kind of like leaves Rumor's brain enough to be like banging around. Wait, like after Brent left, there's like a bunch of banging noises.
When I go to bed, I'm not gonna get up for anything. It doesn't matter if there's if the kids are trying to get me up or if there's a ghost trying to steal away my immortal soul. I'm not getting out of this bed. But yeah, there was definitely a ghost or something banging around in Brun's office last night and this past. Boy, is there a word for the last night before this last night? Like 2 nights ago.
Anternite, we're gonna waste a lot of time just thinking of a word now.
Yeah.
It's like fornight, before fornight, yesternight.
15 minutes of debating, and
Yeah.
you land on anti-night.
Yeah. So,
Antenight, here you go.
but anyway, that all to say that last night and the anti-night, I heard a ghost banging around in Brunt's office.
Ah, wow.
He doesn't let anybody go back there, you know?
Yeah, he'd really be ticked off if there was a ghost back there. I better take a look in the bright light of day and like whatever passes for my like union suit, pajamas. I don't know. I'm just gonna like open Brent's door and probably see the entire scene again, just like with the full light of day.
As you are looking at this and think about it, and then you turn and look at the counter, it becomes very clear to you in that moment. Oh shit! Somebody else was digging through this, looking for something.
Yeah, absolutely like about to let off like the worst like paint curdling curse you could possibly say, but then sees that Baba's there and just be like, Knox. Oh no. Just like running through Brent's room, just like looking at everything, like seeing the same shit from last night, but just like new eyes, being like, oh no. Oh, this is bad. Oh, okay. Baba,
Yeah?
were you here when Brent headed out?
I was here when Brunt headed out, yeah.
Yeah. So can you tell me a bit more? Like what did they look like? What were they saying?
What were they looking like or what were they saying?
Roll me a sway, I think, to like trying to get her to remember something useful and actually relay it to you.
Okay. It's a 3 and a 2. I'm going to push myself. This is ridiculous.
Wow,
this is ridiculous. I
will tell you if, no, never mind. Go ahead. You can push yourself if you want.
5. Thank Christ.
5. Okay. Here's what you, so you take 2 stress, for pushing yourself.
Boy, he was really concerned that that little Justice boy that he Justice is like 35 or 40. He was really concerned that little Justice boy had gotten up to something no good, and so he was worried about him, and I think he said something about the Searchin family, and that he was gonna go that there was something about their property, perhaps. But yeah, I don't know why he'd be worried about that. Justice, I think that he's like the only person that they let on their property. So, I don't see why there would be any sort of issue. He makes deliveries to them all the time.
Yeah, shouldn't be and Justice is, not my favoriteest person
Yeah.
on the mountain, but, his head's usually on straight. What would I know about the Searchin family? This is not the first time you've brought this up.
No, yeah. The Searchin family, or the Searchers, depending on what I say in the moment. But the Searchin family is a family that you have known has lived in this area for a long time. And it's the reason that you thought that, like, Brunt should not build a place here along this part of the route. Searchin family is a very closed off group that does not like to let anyone on their property, and their property is a large swath of the mountain, of this area of the mountain. So if you were to keep going down one of these wagon trails for a little while, a spot that breaks off a little bit from the main trail, you would end up on their property. And you just you've heard over the years that they are let me roll a quick fortune. I will give you 2 dice because you've lived here for a long time. 6. Yeah, you know that these folks have been here for generations. You know that they are very isolated, don't like to let people on their property. You know that Justice is one of the few people. He will always he'll bring his wagon up to them with a bunch of food and supplies, things that they can't, medicine, that sort of stuff that they can't get elsewhere. What's other? What is there anything in particular you'd like to?
Are they a violent folk?
Yes, very violent folk. They are the sort that you definitely know that at least someone in the last 100 years or so has been killed on their property for trespassing, for chasing a deer too far over their line.
Oh.
You don't know. I mean, people tend to exaggerate exactly how much they kill, so it's hard to say, every time the Searchin family's brought up, somebody says oh yeah, I heard they killed somebody yesterday. And it's it's definitely happened at least once, but not as much as people say, probably.
Yeah, that Gray would definitely know a lot about that. And I think just from traveling around and talking to people, there'd be the inflated rumor, and then there'd at least be somebody who knew somebody who was related to that boy. And the pain runs deep.
Yes, definitely.
Huh. So how big a family is this?
So hard to say because they're so isolated, right? And they're not, you probably have never met them despite having probably traveled within, earshot of their of their property many, many times over the years. But you would guess somewhere in the range of 6 to 20. When I say a family, it's not one.
Okay, it's a compound.
It's not necessarily one group. This could be multiple little nucleuses of family.
Right.
Cousins and stuff.
Oh, there's always cousins.
Always
just kind
cousins.
of doing that. Okay, Rimmer is very quickly doing the calculus as he's packing of do I just go and announce myself? Is this the type of people that would just go up straight to the main house and be hey? But the more he's thinking about it, the more he's going to look around Brunt's place.
Mm-hmm.
Brunt is an adventurer. Brunt would have a pack. Brunt would have shoes, like regular gear that, Brunt would use to go out. And Brunt would probably have some sort of tool or weapon that they would bring on adventure type things that doesn't, you don't bring the battle axe to the farmer's market, right?
Yeah.
But if that's missing, I think that's going to determine Rimmer's approach.
Roll me a study.
God damn it. It's a 5, thank goodness.
You have a good study, don't you? You have 1 in study?
I have 1 in study. I mean, it's cool. I
that's
set
pretty
everything
good.
else up to fail, so we're good.
Okay.
I earned this, but...
With a 5, which is medium sort of outcome, you do notice 2 things. Actually, no, you know what? You notice the one thing. You notice the one thing you're looking for. You don't notice this extra because you would have gotten that extra from that's 6. The thing that you notice is that his big, fancy, showy sword is still there because, of course, that's not practical.
Right.
His, like, more machete style, actual usable weapon that he would use to defend himself, that is gone.
Yeah. It looks at like the beautiful sword with the like engraved pommel, and it's still obviously there, just being like, yeah, that'd be ridiculous when nobody would take this on a trip. But also nobody stole it, so that's important.
Yep.
Huh. What does a courier do when they go out on... Okay, yeah. I mean, this is not the first time that Rumor has had to go out on some sort of like, there is trouble, you need to get there as soon as possible situation. Like someone's giving birth and it's going badly, or like so-and-so fell and broke their... So I think one of the things that Rumor travels with is like a wilderness first aid kit kind of situation. So just like down breakfast and immediately go to his pack, like everything's already spread out and drying. Anything that was like a delivery, I think he would take and put in Brunt's room in the chest and like try to like lock it or put something on top of it or make a fake looking trap around it, or I don't know, something like close the door. Tell Baba that that's there. Just be like, you know, it's all encoded, Baba, anyway, so it's private and no one can read it besides me anyway. But just so you know, I'm putting... so to be clear with you, Baba, I am worried about Brunt. I think somebody's broken in here. The fact that they haven't interfered with you means that I think that you're possibly fine, but I'm not comfortable leaving you here by yourself if they come back. Do you have some place to go nearby to stay warm?
She walks over to the front door and like looks outside, cracks it open, looks out, and there is a like the right now.
I think that I think I can probably make my way, you know, continue on. I think I'll be okay. If you really think I should.
You know what, Baba? You've been around the block a whole bunch of times. Just lock up. I think the weather might be more of a reliable... but if you hear anything, and it's not me, and it's not Brunt, and it's not someone you recognize... Like, you see the, like, sleep with the fire poker next to you, like... Only let folks in that you know, you know?
Right when you finish saying that, right when you start to say, mention, like, if you hear anything, you hear a sort of grating, staticky pulse, muffled from outside, kind of passes and dissipates.
I look at Baba to see if she heard the same thing. You heard? You hear that?
What was that?
Oh, I heard some sort of random... Hold on. Stay put. I'll be right back. I just want to check something. And poke my head out.
Yeah, you poke your head out and you see over to the right, or, well, I'm not going to get into directions, but near the building, you see Justice's wagon, kind of covered up, sealed up. Horse is also there. Their
Wait,
horse
attached
is also...
to the fucking wagon?
Let's say that there's like a little stables thing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Actually, you don't see the horse because you have reason to. You assume that there is a horse in a stable, and if you were to go, the horse would be nice and cozy and comfortable.
Totally safe.
But yeah,
got you.
But you also notice, looking out, you see Brunt's ice house, which is kind of like built into a hillside. And it seems like that sound came from over there.
Brunt's ice house. Well, Brunt doesn't have much use for the ice house right now.
Nah, it's very cold. Doesn't really need it right now. Yeah.
What's the weather situation, Ty? Like, what are we working with
in
right
general?
now? Right now, yeah.
Right now, we are looking at a place. There is a chill in the air, but also the sun is so perfectly positioned right now that it has brought up the temperature quite a bit. The ice is melting on the ground around you. The snowfall is melting, but you also kind of feel like once the sun goes away, that snow is gonna turn into slush and harden.
Okay.
But yeah, it's pretty warm right now.
All right. Going off of the idea that there's only so much trouble that Rumor anticipates in encountering in his life. And it's not a ton, right? Like, he knows things can go very bad very quickly. He's also newly reckless. But he is probably going off of the opinion that, like, Brunt, Justice, Trouble, there's like a circle around that and it's off to the side with the searchers. Ice House, probably Raccoon. Like,
Yeah.
kind of going in there, but also like probably Raccoon, and those things can really fuck you up. So I think he's gonna come dip his head back into the main building with Baba, be like, oh, Baba, I think there's like an animal stuck in the ice house. I'm gonna go try get it. But like, if you hear yelling, back me up maybe.
Okay.
Or, you know, don't, but use your judgment. I trust you.
She raises up her fists in sort of like a...
Listen, mountain grannies absolutely can
Yeah.
bring it. They're like the surprisingly strong arms, like the wash.
Yes.
Yeah.
You kind of get the impression that she would not hold back sucker punching somebody, and that sucker punch would take them out. Now,
Yes.
would she be able to physically get to that person fast enough to do a sucker punch? That's a little bit more questionable.
That's fine. I just, you know, I'm a big believer in open communication. Courier. So I'm going to like grab a like poker from the fire, like I mentioned, and maybe like a sweet roll or something from behind the bar in case it is an animal, and then like approach the ice house, kind of like knock on the door a bit and throw the bread out in front of the door slightly, and just kind of like ting ting ting, see what happens.
You hear some shuffling inside.
Hey, you a critter or a person?
The shuffling stops.
Okay,
And
that sounds...
then it starts up again, and you hear some, like it sounds kind of like a crate or something is getting kind of pushed, kind of moved,
Okay.
kind of slowly, as if somebody's trying to like be quiet about it.
Okay, so I can hear you moving a crate. Are you...
It stops.
Okay, so... Look, buddy, I don't know what your deal is, but if you're hungry, we have food. You don't have to stay in the ice house of all places. You're gonna freeze your ass off.
You hear a knock on the door.
Is the door like locked?
You see sort of like that shake on the door handle, as if somebody has just placed their hand on it. They knock
right.
again.
All right, you're in there. You can open the door and come out. I'm not gonna hurt you.
The door now turns, and it slowly starts to push out towards you. Not too fast. And when it's like maybe like 2 or 3 inches, are you back far enough that this door could swing open?
Yeah, I think my next move was going to be trying to open it with the fire poker. Like,
Gotcha. You sort of take over and start to pull it over. And as you do, you see a figure standing in the doorway. This figure is taller than you. They are maybe they're maybe 5'7", 5'8", somewhere in that range. They are wearing a long, all-encompassing robe that is covering up pretty much everything. They've got wraps all up and down one of their arms, and the only thing that is uncovered on them is their skeletal hand and their skeletal face. And they kind of do a calm down gesture. And that's where we're going to end for today.
the skeletons. I'm so happy.
Yay!
Oh man, and in the ice house too.
Yeah, in the ice house. What were they doing in there? Who knows? I know what they were doing in there.
An ice house is like an outdoor fridge, right? Like you'd put
Outdoor fridge. Yeah, I happened to come across multiple historical ice houses in the last few weeks. So yeah, it just has been on my head. They are basically like very cold spots where people will store ice blocks for either weeks or sometimes whole year.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yay,
yeah.
Ty, this is fun. I love this.
Thank you for coming on. I'm really excited to explore this story with you.
Yeah, me too. Oh man, I also like Baba.
Yeah.
What her whole deal is.
Oh gosh, can you tell the the voice that I was trying to do with that?
Maybe not, but that's not a sign that you're doing it badly.
We've talked before about how my goal is to be distinct, not necessarily accurate when I'm doing this. But the inspirational, impression that I was inspired by to land on this voice is Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh my god, I thought you were doing the kind of like, well, I like the kind of like, swoopy voice, old lady, we don't know, but the fact that it's like, wow. Jennifer Coolidge. Sorry, and it's a Baba, so I'm like, okay, Baba Yaga, we got it, like there's definitely some sort of foot, but Jennifer Coolidge.
Yeah, I
Lady of the Mountain.
I feel like earlier this afternoon I managed to get like an actual accurate Jennifer Coolidge, and then as soon as we started going, I was like, I need to forget about that, because if I'm trying to do accurate, then I will not be able to pay attention to this.
Okay, well, I don't know if this has any bearing on the story, but my estimation of Baba's ability to handle herself is just shot way the fuck up. We'd be like, oh, she'll be fine. She survived like 8 husbands. Like, it's all good. They both like soup. Yeah.
Canon now. She has survived 8 husbands.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We all know that there might be some sort of like Black Widow thing happening, but nobody wants to mention it. Like, she's happy, they're happy. It's all good. Oh, my God.
Well,
oh my god.
Anyway, with that, let's go ahead and wrap things up. Is there anything you would like, if people like what they have heard so far, and they wanted to hear more from you or find more from you, since I don't think you've done any other podcasts, maybe you have, where should people go looking?
I am a children's book author and children's book illustrator. Woo! I make the books for the kids. So, 2 of my books are Accident, with an exclamation point, which is available as a hardcover or a board book, and Crab Cake. So yeah, my name is Andrea Sarumi. I don't know anyone else who has that name. It's very Googleable. So Accident is about an armadillo who screws up and then assumes that the world is over and she must live in the library forever. And then everyone else around her is also having like increasingly chaotic, like Richard Scarry level vibe, like accidents and catastrophes, and it snowballs and snowballs and snowballs, and it's very much like a Million Things on a Page book kind of thing.
Oh, I love those. Bildungsroman, I think. No, not Bildungsroman. That Teeming Picture book.
Or a Wimmel book is what I have learned. It's like the Bruegel, like that everything is going on at once kind of. Where's Waldo? It's a Where's Waldo. So like that kind of deal. And the joke is that like she and her friends think that they're the only ones who are messing up, whereas everyone else is just screwing up.
I love it.
So Accident is about like, the panic and the the anxiety of when you mess up. Crab Cake is about a crab who bakes cakes under the sea, but it's really about what happens when it's not you who messes up, but it's other folks who mess up and hurt you. So this is about, basically, it's a book that was inspired by the idea of mutual aid and revenge.
Oh, fun. Wow. I wasn't expecting that second word. That's great.
Well, justice is a better word for it. And it's about a community that saves itself, and it's also about a crab that bakes cakes. And I guess that, in the interim of years that it's been since it's been out, I should have come up with a better explanation for what that book is about, but that's what it's about. So
I love it.
Yeah, you can find that in your local library, Barnes & Noble, bookshop.org, if you're looking for it. Just don't use Amazon.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's me. So.
And I will have links to where you can find those in the show notes. So go find them. Hey, if nothing else, go look at the pictures of the cover and stuff. Andrea is a very awesome illustrator.
Aww.
Take a look.
That is very sweet. Ty, I'm so excited. I am only sad that we're not going to jump into this right away. I'm just going to be stewing on this forever.
Yeah, we got a couple weeks. I will say, there in a few weeks, I'm going to be doing a trip into Appalachia, and this keeps happening where like I will take direct inspiration from a specific area, location or region or something, and then I will go there after recording stuff for SCQ.
You're gonna find Ice House. You're gonna find
find all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is the one nice thing about this being, a couple weeks before we record again, that I may have already gone on that trip.
Ooh.
I don't remember.
Exciting. I'm not gonna be able to hear about it until after we're done here. I am excited. I have questions about your end of things, but it's gonna have to wait.
Yeah.
So.
Well, with that, how about we go ahead and pitter-patter on out of here? Oh, wait, no.
No.
Incorrect. I had things I wanted to say before I made notes for myself.
You have more words. What?
Listener, if there's anything that has come, we've mentioned in passing that you're like, I would wish I knew more about XYZ. Go to sidecharacterquest.com/library for our lore library. There are articles about all sorts of things. I recently wrote an article for the Brothers Mountain Range. If you have been listening to so that is thing number one. Thing number two, if you want to say hi, tell us something that you love about the show, possibly to be used in a promo by us, or if you have like a question for us or anything that you'd like me to answer in a future episode, you're gonna want to call SCQ-371 loud. That is our phone number where you can call in and leave us a voicemail. That's SCQ-371 loud, or 371 love also works. That is 727-371-5683. Links and phone number will be in the show notes. And now we can pitter-patter on out of here.
Yes. Yeah.
Pitter-patter.
Thank you to the Joy Drops for the use of Not Drunk as our intro and outro music. Thanks to all of our guests, and thanks to you for listening. You can find us and say hi over at sidecharacterquest.com or by checking out our show notes for more links and information. If you're enjoying the show, drop a rating or review wherever you listen to podcasts, and we'll see you around. Bye!
Hi, I'm Mark, the host of the System Hoppers podcast. And here on the show, we can never decide what we want to play. So instead, we're constantly mixing it up. Do you like fantasy TTRPGs? We've had a group of JRPG-esque heroes taking a stand against evil forces. Maybe you're into horror. Want to find out what happens to a group of kids on Halloween night that are dared to spend the night in the creepy haunted house on the edge of town. Or maybe you just want to hear a group of friends roleplay playing professional wrestlers and fighting for the gold. Whatever we've decided to play, you know you're in for a good time. So come check us out. That's System Hoppers, available anywhere you get your podcasts.
This is going to get cut and put in the bloopers.
I am recording now. Hello. We are not, this is not the episode. I just immediately burp into the mic.
Yeah. Oh God.
I remember I heard in one of those voice actors, those like golden era like Looney Tunes voice actors. I heard them talking about burps in cartoons, and how when you think about those burps in like a Looney Tune cartoon, if you really actually listen to the sound they're making, you're like, oh, that's not a burp. That's just, it's never a burp. It's just kind of like a gargle thing.
Yeah.
Now I immediately hurt my throat.
Oh no.
Awesome.
You invoked, maybe it's like the Macbeth thing. You're not supposed to like talk about old school voice actors. Orson Welles.
I'm not assuming that people have listened to the session 0. So I'll still ask you like a brief, like, you know, a couple of brief questions. But we don't need to go as deep as we did with the session 0, but like, you know, a couple of brief questions. and then we'll talk for a minute. I'll do a little intro script thing that I have to get the quest started. We'll do some scenes. Feel free to interject with, especially between scenes. If you're like, oh, I'd really like to do this, feel free to do that. Feel free to suggest things. At some point during the quest, I will introduce the plot hook, and I will make it very explicitly clear. This is the plot hook. This is the thing that you're trying to accomplish this quest. So there will not be any like needing to figure that out. But when we start, the play it's gonna be free play. It's gonna be a sandbox. It's gonna be like kind of however you want things to be.
All right. Okay, cool. Let's socialize and be outdoors. Two things I'm really good at.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Second question, cursing. I came up with some like in-world curses that I could use, but like how it's okay to say fuck on this.
Fuck and all that stuff is totally fine.
Cool.
The only one I ever like catch myself on is like Jesus Christ, because it feels so out of place in this world. But anything else is totally fine. That said, if you want to bring some in-world flavor, you are more than welcome to. It's always my favorite thing. Don't
I wrote a
don't tell me in
a
advance.
limerick. Okay, cool.
A limerick. What does that mean? Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, cool.
Where is my limerick? I feel like I talk to you a lot though, because we're both on this Discord for DMs.
Yes.
And we spent a lot of time like swapping tips and things like that. So that,
Yeah, tips and tricks and queries and, hey, is this weird? is this a problem?
We have a whole separate channel for feelings, which I think is so important.
Very important. And I'm glad that people actually use it, because it makes it a lot easier when you need to drop your own stuff in there. It's a lot easier when other people have already been doing that. Boy, is there anything we haven't touched on that you think we should tell folks?
Does it matter like what my job is or anything? I don't know how much like backstory people need.
We'll hold off on that until the end credits, plugs and stuff. Cool. We can tell people. I feel like you'll probably have like something to direct people towards.
Cool.
But yeah, hey, listener, it's a cool job. So I don't know what the actual experience is like for you but the experience of hearing about it, it seems like a cool job. So stay tuned.
I found the limerick.
Oh, what? Oh, you have the limerick?
Yeah, but I can wait if you...
No, share with me. I wasn't sure. You mentioned before that you had a limerick, but I didn't know if that was a limerick that was going to come out in fiction naturally, but it sounds like this is a thing that is just an introductory one.
So I have a really long bus ride to get into Center City, and I like thinking about the world that you created here. So I've got a really dumb limerick. There once was a lizard from Cirque whose tiny old ears didn't work. They'd yell out his name and that his pants were aflame. Why, yes, they're the fashion. He'd smirk and then probably die.
That is amazing. And I'm sorry that I didn't give the proper reaction to that, because as you were reading it, Sam reached in past my noise baffling and handed me a can of coconut milk that she needed help opening. So I'm opening that right now.
I love that. Hi, Sam.
Andrea says hi.
Hi.
What a peek.
What? Almost, Sam. I've almost got it.
It looks pretty dented.
It's a little dented. Here we go. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
She said thanks. Hello. That's probably going to go in the bloops.
I can't imagine why.
Yeah.
It's very sweet though.
I haven't had any new like little intro lines that I can use as like the phrase that demarcates when the bloops start. Mm-hmm. You want to bust one of those out for me real quick?
What is the category of like a bloop line? Just something that you'd absolutely cut?
No. Bloop line is like, it's like when Eli says, well, there'll be some music playing and then bloopers. And I put that right after the credits before the bloopers start as like a little intro demarcation, like the bloopers are about to start. Another one is it's like, they're not going to know I said that. I'm gonna cut that and put that in the bloopers. Away from the handle and does this little flourish and then forms some words on the door. And those words say, where did I write them? The word.
Brett, I don't know where you wrote them. You gotta let me in, buddy.
There they are.
I'm just gonna roll a dice to see if it's a 2 again. It's a 3.
Oh, nice. Slight difference.
And it's a 2 again. It's a 2. I'm gonna switch dice. I'll be right back.
Go for it. You didn't go out into the night. You just stayed where you were. So we'll give you that. You can erase that as a thing.
Thank you kindly.
I know you said a minute ago that you're really excited that was the thing you got.
Oh yeah.
Do you mind losing that?
No, not at all.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I obviously inviting trouble, like with the story, I'm excited about that. But the fact that it's cold, it's just going to walk outside and immediately get the effect again. Like it's not.
It's very possible. Yeah, I will hold on to that as an option.
The goal is to not end up like Jack Nicholson at the end of The Shining, right? Like
yes.
that's the vibe. Quick housekeeping. I forget what Brent's pronouns are, but if we're going with they them, we should stick with they them, or is it okay if we do the he they or whatever?
Oh, we can do he they.
Okay, cool.
I have I heard you say they at one point for them, so I was like, I'll just do that. But I'm not sure what I've actually been sticking to because I had originally been thinking he. So
I've also been thinking that, but
okay.
Let's do he they and we'll flip back. Cool.
I'm gonna make a quick note. Okay, awesome. Do you want to do a stars and wishes?
Yeah.
Push it.
Hey, I'm Brooke. My friends and I perform spooky stories on our podcast 13. 13 is a movie for your ears with immersive sound design and music from our composer. And we're not reading you the same old ghost stories from Reddit. With original stories from our in-house writers and submissions from up-and-coming authors, 13 will make you smile, break your heart, and have you wishing for a nightlight. Atmospheric, slow burn, always spooky, and sometimes sexy. Our friends are some of the best voice actors and writers in our little corner of the podcast industry. So if you want to find out why those figures in black keep meeting by the water just before dawn, why you should never sleep in a room with an empty chair, or why you hear faint music echoing from the abandoned mall, join us by following 13 wherever you're listening right now. That's 13, the word, not the number, all spelled out. Bridget Howard keeps asking for my teeth. Wherever you get your podcasts.